Are you at a crossroads in your life? Are you? Are you wondering what's next and hoping it'll be a step in the right direction? I don't know. Welcome to Your Next Bold Move. Our show is all about helping you take your next step, whether it's career or relationships or life in general. Second acts do exist. Second chances do exist. And so stay tuned and let's explore together what's next for you. Hello and welcome to Your Next Bold Move. Today's show has our guest, Dr. Vivian Varese. Dr. Varese is a medical doctor practicing in Acton, Massachusetts since 1984, and her specialty is functional integrative medicine. Vivian is one of my physicians, and I'm delighted to have her here on our show today. Welcome, Viv. So glad you're here.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
So why don't you start, Viv, by just telling us a little bit about yourself and your business. And
my practice has always included something above and beyond, let's say, acute care medicine, primary care medicine. I wanted a very different kind of involvement. Integrative medicine came around into use as a terminology for the additional resources that physicians such as myself offer, because it's an integration of the original training, if you will, along with complete knowledge in terms of what good nutrition means and how to assess it. So nutritional aspects, Nature's Pharmacy actually has done a very fine job. Medicinal herbs that help to restore more complete health are usually very much more compatible with our bodies. I'm not saying I never use pharmaceuticals. Right. When it is appropriate to use a pharmaceutical, my pen comes out to write out a prescription that's appropriate. Yeah. And yet, because I've practiced the way I have for so long, usually people sitting with me are expecting me to at least offer them the description of what else is available above and beyond the pharmaceuticals. There is a whole nother perspective in terms of medical practice called homeopathy. Mm-hmm. Homeopathic preparations are, again, very wonderfully harmonious and kind to the workings of our body. They work in tune with and elicit the body's own healing capacities. So in certain situations, I will incorporate something homeopathic. So you see why the word integrative.
Right, so it's homeopathy.
Yeah, it's the herbs. Integrating, the combining of, let's say, an appropriate pharmaceutical. If someone's blood pressure is stable or not quite stable, I'm not going to say, oh, let's not have you use drugs. Right. I certainly would maintain that, but I would enhance and fill in the blanks. Yes.
And I always like the idea of integrative therapy, like herbs or homeopathy. People think, oh, I have this, oh, let me go take a pill for that. Mm-hmm. And I'd much rather have my body sort of natural healing raise its level so it can do that.
Sure.
So, which is one of the reasons I love coming to you. So now talk a little bit about the functional medicine piece.
So let me say something about functional medicine. The chart shows you the stress response. Every single one of us has bandied about the term stress and how much stress do I have and is it distress. But functional medicine takes on the premise that we are marvelously designed. We are fantastic living creatures, highly complex. And from how excellent we are put together, there are gradations of loss of some of our excellence. And functional medicine's take is, let's pay attention to those partial diminishings so that they don't cumulatively add up to, oh darn, now I have a major disease. Part of the wonderful design is that we are quite adaptable, we are quite resilient to those stresses that have become distresses, and yet over time, even a rock can have a hole in it because of a drop of water. Yes. So, so functional medicine is a co-responsible involvement. I do quite a bit of teaching. I do quite a bit of empowering my patients with more awareness and information so that they know how to listen to their bodies. So in this teaching of the particulars, I can point out to them, I think you would be even happier if this were restored and if that were stronger. Opening areas of awareness. It's so rewarding to me. It's so meaningful.
Yeah. Well, so did you want to say something about each of these glands and sex hormones and heart rate? And
most of us have a certain inner sense of when something challenges us, that there's a reaction, that there is a response in our beings to meet what has happened. We're finding 7 areas of body function that are physically impacted
when we're under
by stress that is now distress.
Right.
So the hormonal systems, digestive system, all of these major areas, the immune system certainly.
Huge. Right, which is why we get sick when we're under stress, simply.
Yes, we register in our bodies human distress no matter where it happens.
There's so much in our world today that triggers this stress response.
That's right.
And so therefore there are so many bodily functional areas that are impacted.
We certainly are under demand to take care of the little needs before they become larger. I use the word teacher. Sometimes I also use the word coach. In other words, coach,
to help others learn.
Confidant, friend. You know, you need to bring all of your honestness to the table when you spend time with me, so that I can then in turn offer you my thoughts and help you to be aware of something else that wasn't yet clear to you.
Yeah. So now let's talk about your next bold move.
There is a bold move in the works in that I'm going to be on all the social media. So I'm going to be visible so that more people can get to know me. I would love to expand my territory on the level of who I share my teaching and thoughts with. I'm doing this one-on-one.
Right.
That's what I do all the time.
Right.
You know, what would it be like to offer my expertise and share some of the things that I share one-on-one
in a larger group?
In a larger group.
One of the things you said to me as we were preparing for today was that you'd like to get your message out more, bigger, than just one-on-one. And so one way to do that is to be in front of more people.
Because one-on-one, it's, you know, picking grains of sand a little bit.
Yes.
It intrigues me to have the possibility of speaking to individuals that work for a particular company. I know that there already are companies that have wellness programs, that have programs to support
health and well-being,
how happy their employees are.
So really, any arena in which they're interested in expanding their knowledge of health and wellness, maybe it's connected to fitness, maybe it's connected to nutrition, any of that is a perfect opportunity to have you come in and speak. And you're wonderful in front of a group. And so I can only imagine that it would be a great addition. Is there anything that you'd like to say or leave our viewers with?
Don't ignore what your body and your being tells you. That inner voice is
always
wonderfully correct.
Thank you, Viv. That's so great. You just had a chance to hear about functional and integrative medicine and Dr. Varese's story about her next bold move. Here are the things Dr. Varese needs where you might be able to help. If you know someone who is looking for a physician who wants help with their health, who'd be willing to spend time with you co-designing a plan for your optimal well-being, contact Vivian on her website. And if you're looking for a speaker on health and well-being for an organization that you might be part of or might know about, she'd be a perfect speaker. Thanks for joining us today. And in addition to the resources and ideas shared with us by our guests, go online to our website. For corporate leadership development, we can be found at www.visionquestconsulting.com. And for women's leadership retreats, www.themagicparties.com, where you can figure out what's next and what might be your next bold move. A big thank you to our guest, Vivian Varese, for being on our show today. And thanks to our listeners. You are meant to go forth in the world to use your gifts and talents.